Alright, I just got finished watching episode 4 of Iron Fist, and so far, it's not doing so well, but I will admit, this episode was a little bit better than the previous ones. If I wanted to give this one a score, I wouldn't give it a 7, I'd give it a 6.5. It's a little bit better than the first episode and second one. It's definitely better than the third. This one had a little bit more interesting stuff. One thing I want to mention is Harold. I don't think I've mentioned his character yet because his character hasn't been prudent yet, and now it seems like he's starting to get a little bit more important. Harold is played by David Wenham. He's actually the father of Ward's character, the evil businessman, or seemingly evil businessman in the show so far. And supposedly, like in the first episode, he was supposedly dead, but he's not really dead, and he's hiding in an apartment complex. You don't really know why at first, but it seems like because the Hand, which of course is the bad guys from Daredevil season 1, and they made an appearance in 2 also, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they did. I think. now I'm second guessing myself. Did they? Or was that just another clan of ninjas? I don't even remember. But point is that Harold is hiding out because he was sick 12 years ago. He was declared dead, but then the Hand brought him back and said, you know what, we kept you alive so you can, whatever, still be alive, obviously. But for now on, whenever we ask you to buy a certain thing, then you do it and you hand the rights to us so we can use it. And Harold is actually probably the most interesting character so far. He had the most interesting plot here. He had, the ending is pretty much all his. He had a really cool moment towards the end where the first time this series this series has actually been rated like R or TVMA or whatever, where it's actually showed some violence. Like he straight up not even stabbed. He's just like implants a giant sword inside the top of some dude's head, and it's implied it was him too. It was a little confusing because everybody was masked and stuff, but it was implied that it was him that did it. I could be wrong though. But anyway, that was really cool. And Harold is a cool character. Now let's get to the negatives. Alright. Ward, Joy, and Danny unite because Harold finally gets to meet Danny. Or Danny gets to finally meet Harold because Harold already knew Danny was alive. And Harold has the bright idea to have Danny be a part of the company now. So I haven't talked about this, but all of the lawyer stuff with Carrie-Anne Moss's character is pretty much done. He has ownership of the building, of the corporation. So now they unite together and now they work for each other. So now they stop hating each other, kinda, even though Ward still hates Danny, kinda. Danny and Joy have like 3 different scenes together where they just talk, and I don't give a shit about their relationship. I really don't. Joy has become a little bit less hateable now because they're not giving her bitchy things to do, I will admit. So at least you have that, but oh my god. Danny Rand is such a child in this episode. For the first half of the episode, he's just like doing things you think a 12-year-old that's running a business would do. Like he's like when he's in his chair, he's like doing this. And he's bringing it back up. And stuff. He's looking under his desk. He's like, oh, look, all the stickers I put here and stuff. He's pretty much a big child. And it makes sense because he's been gone for like 15 years and only living with monks that he hasn't really developed, really. But, I don't know, it's a little disheartening when you have all these really cool, badass, dark characters and all these other ones, and you have this guy pretty much going, wee! So, I don't know, it's a little silly. He doesn't understand business, which makes sense. I don't even know why I wrote that down. But there's a scene where he joins a board meeting, which I don't even know why he really joined it. But he joined a board meeting about some drug that they're making to cure some disease. And they want to sell it at $50 a pill, even though it only takes $5 to make it. And he's like, no, we can't do that. Let's sell it at cost. Meaning, sell it so they're not making money, they're actually losing money. So more people get this drug. And of course, he's good-hearted, Makes sense. People probably rooted for that while they were watching. They're probably going, yeah, Danny's a good guy. I'm just like, he doesn't understand business. And, I mean, I don't either, but I know that you can't do that and run a business. We got a little bit more Colleen. She does more of the street fights, or not street fights, cage fights, just like she did in the last episode. This time she fought 2 people, and this time the fighting is still mediocre, so no change. The editing is really, really awkward in this. There is one shot in particular that made me that made me like actually cringe a little bit is a part where Ward's character, whose actor is starting to get a little bit better, his character is so weird because I can't tell if he's really evil or not. You know, like Harold right now, I could tell he might not be evil. He's probably the most interesting character because I can't tell if he's going to end up being evil or not. But man, oh man, that Ward character, I don't know. But there's a line here where he's saying, "Get that reporter right now" to someone. And the camera, this is exactly what happens. Right now. And then it cuts. I'm like, did you really need to leave that like 4 seconds of him just staring at the camera? It reminded me of Samurai Cop a little bit when the police sergeant is like, "You sons of bitches," and he just sits down. Okay, you gotta say cut. Okay. It reminded me of that. It was really bad. There's also a really bad dub in this episode where Danny's talking to Joy again. Woo! Oh man, I love it. And he says the word outsider, and it's like a camera viewpoint of the back of his head, but you can kind of still see his mouth, so it's kind of like a side shot, like pretty much if it was like this. So you still see my mouth, and he's like, outsider. And when he says outsider, it's so obviously dubbed, you can tell like the audio, like the quality changes and stuff, and it gets a little bit louder. So it's like, it's pretty much like, in where I'm from, it means outsider. Like it gets louder, and it's weird. Like I don't know, there's some problems like that too. It's just, it doesn't feel polished. It's not a polished show at all. And also Danny has a hallway fight scene, which is embarrassing if you compare it to the hallway fight scenes in Daredevil. So they are bad, and they are not tracking shots either. They don't even try. And the choreography is pretty bad, and it's slow, just like every other action scene where it's like, whatever, and they have a slow motion scene where a hatchet flies in the air and he dodges it like this. It's generic. There's so many generic things in here and so many predictable things. I don't know. At this point, like, I'm talking so much about each episode, like other people probably do a minute or two. I'm just here like rattling off stuff I really don't like. But still, I really like the Harold character. There is some decent stuff with Colleen. I did like the fight, even though it was, you know, it wasn't edited or choreographed well, or choreographed well. I don't know, there's some stuff here I liked. I wasn't bored, I'll say that. There's a nice little death scene at the end. Everything with Harold I really like. And if we follow Harold a little bit more, I might actually be okay with some of this. But right now, 6.5. It's the best episode yet, but it's still not very good. There you go. So let's go on to the next episode, which will actually be in another video. I'm going to split these up into like 4 episodes each video. The last video might be 5 episodes. So there you go. That's the end of this video. Look forward to episodes 5, 6, 7, and 8 coming up soon.